Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Lacey and this is my art channel. It feels really good to be back after the holidays. I hope that all of you had a wonderful holiday season. For me, I went to the US to see my family for the holidays. Unfortunately, I was sick and I was snowed in for most of the time, but I did still enjoy seeing them even if I didn't get to see everyone that I wanted to or do all the things that I wanted to. I was happy to have some downtime to just hang with the fam. Now I am still a little bit sick. I apologize if my voice sounds a bit off, but I am feeling a lot better and ready to get back into the swing of things. I do have some new news to share with all of you, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and get into what we're doing on the screen, and then when we have a bit of downtime, I will fill you in. So this week I am sharing my very late January bullet journal spread with all of you. I do apologize for being late. I didn't think it'd take me this long to edit the footage, but unfortunately I'm still getting used to the new video editing software. I talked a bit about that in the last video. If you missed it, I'll go ahead and put it in the iCards above for you. So for January, I struggled a bit on choosing a theme for the month. I wanted to do something fun and wintry, but since I felt I had just did that in my November spread, I decided to go way out and choose an art supply theme featuring rainbow everything. I'm actually surprised I've never seen this as a bullet journal theme before. I'm sure I can't be the only one, but I just haven't seen one yet. So if you've done one, I'd love to see it. You can feel free to link it down below or tag me on social media. All of my social media links are in the description. I have one link, it's a link tree, you just click it and then all of my social media links will be there. Anyway, back to the theme. You will see that when I start doing the weeklies that I kind of added a little bit of wintry vibes back in, but for the most part I would call this like an art supply rainbow theme. Right now I'm just making a transition between the end of last year and the beginning of this year. There's definitely a part of me that wanted to start a new bullet journal for the new year, but I really just couldn't bring myself to waste the paper. I would feel really bad if I did that, and I couldn't think of anything else that I could use this paper for, considering I already have like a lot of sketchbooks and journals already. So I went to the beginning of this bullet journal and I saw how I started it, and then I went ahead and used that same type of theme to make this like transitional spread. If I remember, I'll take a picture of the beginning of the bullet journal and I'll just put it up on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. I ended up taking out the 2023 because I realized that this isn't the bullet journal I'm going to be using in 2023. So if you've been watching my YouTube videos for a while now, you may already know this, but I'll say it for those who don't know. When I first started bullet journaling, I was creating the spreads, showing them on the internet, and then using the spreads, but it became a lot of pressure just for like a lot of different reasons. But I ended up showing spreads and then not actually using those spreads, and then creating my own spreads and a separate bullet journal on the side. But now I've started using some of my old bullet journals that I created for YouTube, so that way I don't waste those bullet journals. And so now I'm basically creating this bullet journal for my future self. In the photo at the beginning of this bullet journal, I accidentally wrote 2022, not even thinking about the fact that I wouldn't be using this bullet journal in 2022. So that was just a mistake. I hope this isn't too confusing for anyone. It just is what it is. It's what I decided to do, and that's gotta stick with it. The quote says, "We will open the book. Its pages are blank. We are going to put words on them ourselves." The book is called Opportunity, and its first chapter is New Year's Day. Edith Lovejoy Pierce. This quote seems so perfect for New Year's. I love the imagery that each year is a book and that each day is a new opportunity. And then after this New Year title page, I went right into creating a title page for the month of January. The quote says, "The world always seems brighter when you've just made something that wasn't there before." Neil Gaiman. I have to say that when I'm deciding on a quote, I often look up the person who said it just so I know who I'm quoting. Like, I would just really hate to quote someone like Hitler on YouTube. That would be so bad. But in all seriousness, I was really drawn to Neil Gaiman after I figured out who he was. I even watched one of his interviews that I found on YouTube, and he seems like such a wholesome person. He gives advice on being a writer, and as an amateur writer myself, I did find it very inspiring. But as an artist, I also thought his advice could apply to art as well, or creating art. He talks about perseverance, writing every single day, even when you're not inspired, getting out of your comfort zone, finding your own uniqueness, going out, making mistakes, because he says that's how you learn. And he talks about his own writing process, and he says you can sit here and write, or you can sit here and do nothing, but you can't sit here and do anything else. And I just felt like all of his advice could apply to being an artist, and I want to implement his advice in my own life. And I just think that's what makes him such a great writer, is that you want to listen to him. And what's funny is actually that yesterday, one of my brothers actually suggested that I read one of his books. He didn't even know that I had just been watching interviews on Neil Gaiman this week. It was such a coincidence, but I actually am really considering doing that very thing because he seems like such a wonderful person. I really look forward to seeing into like the worlds of Neil Gaiman. So anyway, I guess I should get back to the topic at hand, and that is that next I'm going to be creating my month at a glance. The thing that I really ended up liking about this entire spread is that I used real washi tape to create the washi tape drawings. I kind of regretted it while I was doing it because it took quite a while to cut all of the washi tape out and make it look good, but in the end I thought it really added like an interesting texture to the spread. After the calendar, I started in on the weeklies. I had this idea that in each weekly I would use two colors of the rainbow, so there were 4 weekly spreads. I did red and orange, yellow and green, and then blue and purple, and then on that last one I did a rainbow. I am actually going to only show me creating one of these weekly spreads just to save some time, as the video is actually already fairly long, but then I'll do like a flip through of the entire thing, and that's mainly because all the weeklies are very similar, so I don't want you to have to go through all of that. I also wanted to talk about the news that I wanted to share at the beginning of the video, and that is that I started a new YouTube channel. To be honest, I'm not sure if it was the best idea, but it is something that I want to try. The new YouTube channel is Lacey May Doodles. I only have 1 subscriber. It's me. And I'll add the link to my link tree if you want to check it out. On that channel, I don't plan on doing a lot of talking. They're going to be hopefully like more aesthetic videos, just short and sweet, as I don't have too much time to dedicate to it if I want to keep up with this YouTube channel as well. And also this year, I am hoping to put out a new Skillshare class every month. It's not sponsored or anything, I just want to mention it. So I am going to be quite busy, especially because I'm still getting used to this new software. And even though I feel like I know a lot about video editing, as I've done it for so long now, it still takes time, and I have my actual job as well. So I am just going to be a little bit torn. I'm going to do my best to kind of figure out my schedule and get on a schedule where I can dedicate the time I need to everything. It's just difficult. So I might be kind of in and out, but I do hope that you guys enjoy the new content. So anyway, we're gonna go back to our content. I finished the spread by creating a place for notes or lists or whatever I needed it for. I really like to create one of these at the end of all my spreads just because it's helpful if I need to jot down some reminders or anything like that. After this, we're going to see our flip through. I do want to thank you if you made it this far. You are the real MVPs. You all should let me know if you have a bullet journal, and if you do, what theme did you choose for January? I always look forward to chatting with all of you in the comments. You can also comment with an emoji. We could do any art emoji. I do hope that all of you are doing well. I hope that you are creating new and exciting things, and I hope to see all of you in the next video. I will see you guys next time. Bye!